Rave it, baby.
Thank you, Elder Gods, for bringing us the dark magics.
Indeed. Dude, I'd find an elder god and get smitten.
Yeah, dude.
I'd be mouthing off. I'd be like, I don't think you're that old. Fucking Jimmy Youth over here.
Yeah.
Billy
Yeah.
Young God.
Yeah. Look at how vibrant and buoyant those tentacles are.
Excuse me, sir, isn't elder god a bit of an oxymoron? Don't you go as a god beyond time? How can you be elder?
Exactly.
And then he would smite me with a lightning bolt.
Oh, that bastard.
I'd like to meet an elder god. There's a pretty stupid thing circulating on the internet right now that the god of the Bible is Loki.
Okay.
And it's a fun thing. It's
That's
fun
fun.
until you realize like people care about this stuff.
That's awful. Caring is the worst thing you can do.
Well, you should care about your family and your community.
Should you, though?
I think so. I think that in my life, that is proven to be a positive experience. I guess for some people, caring about God has been a positive experience for them. It's not that I don't think you should care about like the idea of that. It's just that, well, there's people on the internet genuinely fighting with other people on the internet about whether God in the Bible is Loki.
Oh, man.
Is hilarious.
That is hilarious. That is hilarious. That's great. That's great, man. Listen, dude, you gotta have the internet was made for reactionary like false emotions, really, just like, you know what I mean?
Projection.
And
It's all projection.
Yeah,
Literally projecting yourself with light onto the world, and then also the psychological version of project.
yes. Yeah, man. So go in there, fight each other, man. Get it out.
Yeah.
Fucking hold a grudge with a stranger for as long as possible. Go to bed thinking about them. What I think.
Just
Huh?
I stay holding grudges.
What's your deepest grudge against what or whom?
I guess God, if it comes. Man, I was thinking about Tombstone. It's revenge he's after.
Yeah.
For what? Being born.
Yeah. Yeah.
My deepest grudge? Deepest, not longest.
Yeah. Okay.
There's one I don't want to talk about that I've let go of that probably was pretty deep for a while.
Okay. You don't
You
have
don't
to talk
just
about
mean people though, do you?
dude, listen, I'm thinking about how much I hate the government. That's my whole thing.
Is that a
Just-
grudge though?
Oh yeah, it's totally a grudge.
Oh, I thought a grudge was like against me. I hate the government, period. Like,
Yeah.
they've never done much to me specifically, but I hate it.
Yeah, I have right. It's a wait, what would you call a grudge? Should I just call a
I
real
thought a grudge was
deep
like,
resentment that you hold something against someone, and there's nothing that it could do. So you have a coworker who like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That you just hate, and they bring in some cookies, and you're like, man, I'm not eating them fucking cookies.
and then you get mad when other people enjoy them, which is stupid. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, and that bitch Amanda ate too. Oh, were they
Yeah.
good, Amanda? Cool.
I thought you were on my team, Amanda. I
Were
thought
they
you were on my
tasty?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes up for the way he talks shit about you when you're not here.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Speaking of work, weird work situations, fucking. So I got sick, right? I got bad sick. I'm bad sick, and it was
Sorry, buddy.
that's all right. But I had to call into work, right? Yes. And dude, calling into work when you got the shits is such a humiliating, terrible experience. Like, it's
What'd
so
you say
different
to
than
him?
like when you call in. If you call in and you don't have the shits, you know what I'm saying? But you're calling in with the shits, you're like, I'm fucking idiots. They think I got the shits. Oh, go out here and have a good time. But if you do got the shits, you're just like, oh God, I'm pathetic. I'm awful. I'm fucking shit. My brain. They think I'm lying. They think I'm lying. Who has the shits anymore?
What did you tell? Did you tell him the shits?
No, no. I didn't have to. I didn't give up.
You didn't give any reason.
No. Well, the next day I did because I had to call out. Like fucking for 2 days. I was so fucking sick.
I hit him with stomach problems.
Yeah, that's what I did too. I had a
And I feel like people know not to dive deep.
right.
And if they do, then you can like be real indignant about it.
Yeah.
Well, Victoria, what I mean is there is liquid profusely spewing from my anus. If I try to stop it, it only makes me hurt worse and then come out more in a more explosive, almost like a volcano, but upside down sense.
It's so
Have
humiliating.
you, Victoria?
Yeah. So humiliating. It's so embarrassing and terrible to be a human being.
Well, I've been thinking a lot about humiliation rituals anyway, of like,
Yeah.
like that is humiliating and it is a ritual that we have. It's like, all right, ritualistically, I now must call them. And I understand communication is important. Like they got to know what's going on in terms of whether or not you're going to come to work. But there's a very ritualistic aspect of like, hello, this is DJ. I'm very sorry, but I can't be there today. And, instead of just like hitting a button.
Yeah. Dude, it was awful too because like I was on the phone, I was throwing up. Like, dude, it started like 2 o'clock and I could not stop, couldn't hold anything down. And it was like, I call in, I got to press 1 to get these departments, and then the 2 to press these. So like, what I'm saying? It's like
a humiliation ritual.
Yeah.
That came up in my brain on one of the last jobs I was doing where these middle managers basically were like trying to get us to work harder.
Yeah.
But I guess they feel like they're not allowed to say, hey, y'all are too slow. Go faster. Probably there's like some legal reasons doing that could bite them in the ass. Like if we make a mistake and then in email they've said that.
Right.
So then we had to go through this humiliation ritual where we have this meeting and then we talk about our, it's like, just fucking tell us, dude. And then they have to, it's like all these corporate speak of like, I can't remember. I hate it. I always zone out. I think this could be an interesting segment if I could remember any specifics. Let's move on. What were we talking about before? Before calling in, grudges.
Yeah.
Workers, grudges. I like a grudge. I guess everybody does. I guess there's like a mental component to it, like a neuron firing that feels good.
Maybe. I don't know. I just know at this point, there's nothing that you know what I'm saying? There's nothing that can happen. There's nothing they give. There's nothing that I just wouldn't be. You just a bunch of sick bastards. I'll take this. Yeah. Like what good can come of anything? Kind of thing. Just have a grudge. Just like I'm never letting you in. I'm letting you close. No.
There was something else I was thinking of, and now it's escaped my brain. My brain ain't been hitting. It's lack of sleep.
Why you ain't sleeping?
Combination of night weaning, Rozzy, traveling to buy a new car and sleeping in a hotel one night and getting back late another night. That's it. I thought there was a third thing, but again, my brain's just stupid.
How's the car?
It's good so far. I got really nervous this morning. I was checking the Carfax to see when we needed to do the next oil change. and I noticed that the dude who owned it before us took it to the shop like 7 times in the 6 months leading up to him selling it. And that has made me really nervous.
Wow.
I didn't like pick up on that when I was looking at because he took it to the shop very regularly. He's one of those dudes. So I was kind of going through the Carfax, and my first reaction when I was buying the car was like, oh, this is a good thing. Like, this dude's on top of it. And he is. But I feel like something happened and he was like, fuck this, I'm getting rid of this car. Now, clearly he fixed it before he did. I just hope that whatever he fixed lasts.
Yeah. So it's a computer car?
I mean, it has a screen, if that's what you mean, and like you can put your own little profile in there and it'll adjust your seat for you.
So it's a surveillance mechanism.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, there's no internal camera that I know of, but there's certainly data being collected. I don't know, man. Like, if the government or the gulag wants to like look into how I like my seat to be set, okay, they know what I jack off to, dude. Like, I don't think that car is telling them anything.
It's so scary.
It's scary to me because I don't know how to fix it.
Right. Now that's one big thing. Like, how do you fix?
Yeah, they're like, the computer broke, the car won't work without it. That's $8,000. Or they're lying. Or they're telling the truth. It's bad either way.
Yeah. I just, technology as a whole just absolutely scares the shit. I refuse to use AI on anything, even a question, nothing. I'm not doing it. You know, I don't
either.
I don't even look at the pictures. Like on a Google search?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
they use some fucked up answer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you go to post something on your story and you accidentally, if you hit the button, it doesn't say, are you sure? If you accidentally hit the button, it just makes you an AI background.
A story?
On Instagram, if you post, I think it's a story.
Oh, yeah.
You go to like change the color of your background, you can accidentally hit the AI button. I've done it twice. I got to tell you, one time, background was pretty sweet, man. That's how they get you.
That is how they get you.
Like, goddamn, whoever they stole that from was a talented artist.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
They killed him. They just got his brain in a jar somewhere.
Oh, my God, dude. Every time you send me one of those articles, I get mad at you. To give people some context, they're making organoid brains.
Yeah, brain organoids.
They used you may have said this when Andy may have said. The most recent one I saw, this woman on TikTok was claiming, I did not look into it because I don't want to know if it's true, but they got some dead composer's DNA and they're making music with a brain organoid that they made out of DNA. So that wasn't you.
No!
Yeah, dude.
Oh, no!
They figured out how to farm art from us.
Oh, God!
And I thought it was the last thing.
God! Dude, can you imagine if they start using your brain to like paint pictures, like doodle like what's in your brain? This should be so fucked up.
Oh man, what would be worse? You're maybe beyond this. For me, with my ego and the time I put in and all that, and how I still want to make more money doing comedy, what would be worse if they did that and it sucked? Like, goddamn, this is garbage jokes they've got from my brain. Or they did that and it was great. And it was like better than me. And it was like, what is it about me that they've gotten rid of? What can I not overcome that this is fucking Drew Morganoid, the greatest comedian of all time.
Drew Morganoid.
I was down at the AI shop. My bitch wife came the other day. Don't you hate it when this happens? See, that's how bad I am at comedy these days. I can't even. That was terrible. I couldn't live up to Drew Morganoid.
Drew Morganoid. I love it. Yeah,
Would be just got observational humor about the jar he lives in. It's like Gary Goldman-esque, like Gary Goldman buying a grapefruit.
Yeah.
He's just having a meltdown because he thinks that God, which is just the scientist who plugs him in, is mad at him. Is this relatable? You know when God comes by and he electrocutes you because you haven't been making any new paintings lately? You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
What a nightmare. What a nightmare.
Well, anyway, the hybrid Korean car I have is pretty sick. I hope it lasts forever or a long time anyway. Andy likes it. We spent all of our money. That is a trip, you know. That's a real trip. To have some and then you just don't.
Never had none.
None? You never had none.
I never had a single dollar.
Never had a bank account.
Never. I don't even look at money. What is money?
Eyeglasses.
What is money?
Walking in the bullshit.
With a basket of cantaloupes.
Yep. Is that doctor here? One what likes melons? That's why your glasses are so shitty. Because you think cantaloupe's the best melon.
Hell yeah. Man, I don't even want to get into it. You know what? I knew something like that was going to come up, and I was already prepared to be like, I'm not talking about what we're growing or what we're doing this season or nothing. I'm not. Because of the judgment.
No one judges you for what you're growing. You made the statement, cantaloupe is the best melon, and we were like, that's indefensible. That has nothing to do with judging what you're growing.
I've grown what I like, cantaloupes.
Right. That's defensible. You should grow what you like.
I see what you're saying.
What else you growing?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, man.
Here
Don't
you go.
People listen.
I'll do like a Patreon or something. The garden's looking really good. Everything's looking really good.
I can't believe you don't tell me what you wrote.
Yeah, too bad. So sad. You just humiliated me about my love for cantaloupes. You get fucking poo-poo on my nasturtiums or something. By the way, I'm changing my name to Poop Skywalker.
Poop Skywalker?
Yeah.
Like officially or just in your heart or both?
Officially. I'm going down here.
There's no way they'll let you do that.
Come on.
There's got to be a rule again.
More poo-poo. This is all I get.
They're going to be like, they're going to say no, and you'll be like, bullshit, I'm taking this up to the, and they're like, it's already happened. You're not the first guy. You're going to be heartbroken to find out you're not even the first Poop Skywalker. God, dude, that would be so awful. Dude, I think you know this because we talked about it texting, but I want everyone to know it. So, all right, quick context. I'm going to get to the heartbreak you would feel if you found out Poop Skywalker, someone had already tried it and they wouldn't let you do it. Jason Isbell has a new album out that the best I can tell is about how sad he is that he left his wife. Which, I mean, like, I still, even if you were the one who chooses to leave, you could be heartbroken. But it is like kind of, it's a bit much. It's a bit much. And he screams on it and he cusses, which he's never done either of those things. So I've been calling it shoe emo. It's very emo. I've been calling it washboard confessional. That's my favorite one, is washboard confessional. But my second favorite one was Panic at the Sit-Go. And I thought that one was so good that, like, I wanted to start a band or like do like country covers of emo songs as Panic at the Sit-Go. And I typed to the internet like, someone's already come up with Panic at the Sit-Go. And they have. And that wasn't heartbreaking. What was heartbreaking was who it was, which is comedian rapper Young Gravy, who I fucking hate, who I think is one of the biggest jokes being played on us. To me, he's like Damien Hirst, the artist who puts sharks in formaldehyde. Right. The actual art is that he's tricked us all. That's the art. That's what this guy's good at. He has good hair. Anyway, finding out that he has a song called Panic at the Sit-Go, it was, you know what? It was worse than finding out Drew Morganoid wasn't a very good comedian or that he was better than me.
And
Well, that
then
was
what happens when you get so rich, like you have to get yourself a divorce and do it to yourself so that you can feel something to write an album. You're just like, there's nothing really wrong. I've got to create.
I think rich has something to do with it. I think it has more to do with achieving goals and being. I mean, we've talked about this, I think, in the context of like sometimes your mental afflictions were survival techniques that you needed. For some very talented people, their survival techniques made them a lot of money, made them very famous. And then you don't need them anymore. And it's like, what do? Do you shift and create a new persona like a David Bowie type? Do you create turmoil in your life? Because, who knows, man? We can get into the psychology of it. It would probably end up sounding very judgmental. According to the record, literally, this is a song. His ex-wife raised him up into something that is, he doesn't say this, but the context of that song feels like, I'm sorry you made me too good for you.
Oh my God, dude.
That's not what he says, but that's like what I'm getting from it.
What the fuck, dude? All right. Well, hey, white man's burden, man. It's fucking, goddamn. I fucking, Jesus.
Let me say this. That's like way more, like you hear about like Picasso, who was a big womanizer, who lived with women before he made it and was poor, and they would put him up and, help him and pay for all his food. It feels a little more honest than what he was. You know what I mean? It feels like I don't have to give him anything, but I do kind of have to give it to the guy. If that's what he's saying, is like, yeah, look, I was this guy who was more talented than you, but broken. And now I'm more talented than you and not broken. So I have to go be with this other person now.
Wow. Wow. Wild.
Hooks are good. Melodies are pretty tight. You can hear his new teeth.
That sounds so bad. That's so bad, dude.
You can hear his new teeth, dude.
Oh my God.
If she wrote a divorce album and just had one line about how you can hear, like I hate hearing sorry through your brand new teeth. Tell me you're sorry through your brand new teeth. By the way, let me say this, and it's not because I care. If you're listening right now and you're like, God damn, he's going in on a guy who's been publicly nice to him. Jason Isbell has been publicly nice to me, and I'm publicly nice to him. He's amazingly talented. But if you're like, what the fuck, you're kind of just shitting on this guy, blah, 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 blah. All he does is shit on the people in his life. He has a song about how fucked up Ryan Adams is. He has a song about how fucked up his ex-wife is. Multiple. He has a song about a very dead Towns Van Zandt. Not Towns, what's his name? Justin Towns Earl. That Justin Towns Earl's ex asked him to stop playing because he never consulted her, and it has a reference about his very alive daughter seeing him dead. And he was like, nah, I'm going to keep playing it. So I'm going to talk shit on him on his new album. It's a bit much. Melodies are sick, but it's insufferable.
Yeah. Well, I've never been a fan, so.
You didn't like Elephant? Damn.
It was fine. It was fun.
And Outfit, of course, that was when he was with the Truckers. There are three songs on the album before this newest one that I love that he said in interviews. I went back to the old assignment, meaning the Truckers. I think Jason Isbell writes trucker songs as good as Patterson Hood and Mike Cooley. And then, you know what? He got too good for them, I guess. Maybe that song's not even about Amanda. Maybe it's about the drive-by truck. Maybe it's about Patterson Hood. You raised me up and I had to leave you.
Damn.
Side note, Patterson Hood's new record, his solo record, it's unbelievable.
It's awesome.
First time I heard it, I was like, I think I'm liking it too much because I know him and I love him, but I think this might be one of the best records ever. And then I gave it like a week and I listened to it again. And I was like, this is blowing me away. And then it came out and all the nerds were also like, holy shit, this is blowing me away. He got like an 8.5 at Pitchfork, which is unheard of. They're like notorious for giving people 5s. And I know a lot of people don't care about that, nor should you. But when you think something's great and then everyone else also thinks it's great, it's like, all right, this is something.
Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Then what are you growing in your garden? Come on, man.
Secrets, dude. I'm growing secrets.
No, it's a secret garden. That's what that book was about. I thought no one knew. I didn't know that's what they had growing.
Yeah. Growing little secrets. Yeah, man.
That's stupid. I can't believe you're growing secrets. What an idiot. What kind of dumb grow secrets?
Dude, it's crazy too, man, because like I was gonna go buy a bunch of mulch. We were out here cleaning up the goat pens. And I was like, man, I wonder if I could just chop all this up with a lawnmower up, like real fine. And I did. Ah, dude, it was bread. Anyways, it's probably boring. Huh?
You been making your own mulch?
Making my own mulch. I was like, and cleaning out the goat pen. It was amazing. I was like, God damn, this is awesome.
You little mulch maker.
I know it. Pretty happy.
There was some movie when we were like in our 20s where one of the characters said, "You lit liquor."
Was that the Orbit commercials?
Was it an Orbit? Yeah, it might have been an Orbit commercial.
Yeah, Dirty Mouth.
That's right. Well, that stuck with me. I like that. You lit liquor.
Yep.
You mulch maker.
Yep.
He's a little mulch maker. He can make a mulch. Best little mulch maker to ever make a mulch.
It's pretty great. It's got all the goat turds already in it. Probably a little acidic, but got it mixed up with some real good compost. It's I'm feeling good about it.
And that helps you grow your secrets.
Helps me grow my secrets. Yes. Yes. Where's Carmen? Do we know?
Spain.
Spain?
Yeah. You were sick last week when she talked about it, but I also think she texted us. She may not have texted us, but it's so funny that Carmen's in Spain, and you're like, where the fuck's Carmen at?
Yeah. And, I didn't know if, yeah, that's Spain, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool. What do they do there?
I think they take naps.
Soccer naps?
Yep. Soccer naps, tapas.
Topless? Topless?
They do go topless, but tapas is what I said. It's like
What is that?
It's like
Not
small dishes, small plate dishes. So their cuisine is not as heavy as most places, other than the beef. They do be killing them bulls.
Oh, they do. Oh, yes, matadors. Do they?
Also, most cowboy fashion in America is of Spanish origin.
Of course it is.
Yeah, we stole it from the Mexicans, but the Mexicans got it from the Spanish
when they were conquered or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Spanish.
So like pearl snaps, the embroidery. You can even connect nudie suits to the bullfighters' outfits if you really wanted to push it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when George Jones had that fucking pompadour and your grandma was getting wet and he was drunk as shit late for his show, he was actually dressed like a Spanish bullfighter via Mexican cowboys via country and Western music.
Yes, country and Western. Very, 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 very different. Yeah, you know.
I don't know what else they do in Spain.
It's not like is it a bean and rice thing, or is it a
no? That's
plantain.
Mexican. You're thinking of people who speak Spanish.
That's right. That's right.
And it's interesting because America thinks of Spanish as a brown language, but it's absolutely a white language.
It's a European language. It's European.
Right.
Well, that's why I was wondering. I'm trying to put together the picture of Spain in my head.
The first Spanish person I hung out with was redheaded.
Ah,
His name was David.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He took us to a restaurant his last night in Germany. He was like, "This is the best place I found," and it was phenomenal. I had a pork shank. I don't know what the Spaniards are doing, but the Germans are doing pork correctly.
I like pork. I'm a pork. I like pork. I have no problem with pork.
I bet the Spanish do pork.
Yeah, of course.
Lechon? No, that's the French. I don't fucking know, dude.
But what kind of coffee? What kind of are they? They're not tea people, right? They
No,
do
they're
the
coffee people. I mean, they are, I think, Italy and France adjacent.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, for sure.
Well, they got their own architecture. That Spanish style architecture, which you do see here some down in Florida and obviously in California and Mexico. Catholic, they do a lot of that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I guess they diddle boys, diddle hermanos, as they might say.
Socialism? Are they do well?
Oh, they've never done it officially. Now they got some people who are into it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, fucking, I'm in. I'm hoping she has a good time.
The only other thing I know, this isn't really about Spain, but it's Spain adjacent. Are you familiar with the Basque people?
I think Dre has like a 20-30% Basque in her. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
That is so interesting because
not a
one of the
big
things I know about the Basque people is that they are the only truly unique white people as far as the DNA goes. Like the distinctions between Germanic and Icelandic and British are just like very tiny. It's really just so that like there's a few diseases they can pinpoint or whatever. A few like, oh, you sneeze when the sun shines out. But for the most part, it's like, yeah, we just make people feel good. But like y'all are all the same white. Not the Basque.
different white.
Different white.
Right. Did you see that? Yeah.
Did you just say that on mic, pussy? Smarter Mark just said that Drew sounds like Peggy Hill when he says Spanish words. He texted that to a thread Carmen is on, and Carmen replied with ha 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 ha, but spelled like she's in Spain.
Like with the J.
Ja 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 ja. I guess your name, if we went to Spain all together, your name would be Dije.
My name would be De Llamas. De Llamas.
De Llamas. Yo, Carmen also sent a fat Asian baby laughing. God, that rules.
De Llamas. Luis.
I wish we knew more about the Spanish. I feel like
Yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of. I mean, I know that they were some murdering motherfuckers.
oh, they were conquerors. I mean, I think
Yeah, they were murdering.
One of theirs.
Yeah, they murdered. Yeah, for sure.
Nah, that's probably a Roman word.
Well, they had the Inquisition. They did that.
They did do that. You wouldn't want to
did that.
forget the Inquisition.
No.
They were inquiring.
That was a big, yeah. Asked a lot of questions.
That's what they okay. One thing I know about the Spaniards, they stay asking questions. Or perhaps they have so much shame over that time period, they don't ask questions anymore. They're like, listen, whatever's happened, whatever goes down between us, don't act like I'm inquiring, because I'm not.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a chapter in the Brothers Karamazov called, I think, The Inquisitor.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Ray has a short story that I think about it or read it at least once a year. And you know what? That's enough for me about Spain. I know that. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, this is your. I could go on and.
I don't mean we should stop. I'm saying I'm not ashamed that I don't know anything else about it.
Oh yeah. Well, I do know this. I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember which podcast it was, and they were talking about how, like, with the Spanish, like before they went into their murderous mode, there was a question. If they asked the question beforehand, it's like, is it Should we?
Right.
Should
Choir.
Yeah. Whereas with like the America, this America, North America, the United States,
We got rid of the question.
well, we're just pay far down the road. They were just like, man, was that bad?
Right. We ask the questions later.
Yeah.
We murder, and then we go, should we have done that?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the American Inquisition.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
Spanish Inquisition was like,
Yeah.
the Spanish Inquisition goes, should we do this? And then, hold on though, spoiler, to be fair to us, they did. They always did that. As far as I know, they never went in and asked the questions and were like, we're good here. We don't need to rape and pillage. They were always like, we asked and we got to rape and pillage.
Yeah. 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 We had a council. We had a council meeting. Like, yeah, listen,
We wore a big weird hat.
there's so many weird hats.
Yep.
Yep.
Spanish. I mean, that's the fashion, and I dig that about them.
Man, it's just awesome. Like people of many hats, and that's respectable.
I
We
had a
really
joke.
just do the one. We just do the one, huh?
Yeah, we're the with the bill.
Well, yeah, the bill. Yeah, that's it.
We do some cowboy hats. What I love about the cowboy hat, it's just like the mullet has become this. The mullet's the new cowboy hat in that gay or racist or both. We're just not sure.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, there's a lot of I guess after a while, I guess maybe there's like a hipster look that gets onto hey, this is just popular. It's just a popular I guess. I would say anybody could have it.
Anybody could. All the kids.
Is that good that we're homogenized like that? That like it's not as bad?
No, MTV was the beginning of that culturally.
Of the mullet or just of the homogenization?
Cultural homogenization among the youth.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It existed before. I mean, you look at like Suits or whatever. It's like there was cultural homogeny in other places, but as far as the youth goes, look at MTV did that. I mean, and then of course black people mostly won because they have the coolest culture as far as America goes.
Right.
You know, the rednecks got a few in there. The mullet being one of them.
Yeah. They're doing good right now. That Nashville thing's doing
The
fine.
Nashville thing is mostly Western. It's like they all like wear.
Yeah, it's very true. It's very
There ain't no cows around here, dude.
I know, man. God damn it. I know.
I mean, I love like pearl snap shirts, but I'm like, no, I look like a gay bullfighter. That's why I'm weird.
Right,
I'm not trying to trick anyone into thinking that I like rustle cattle. I jack off in hotels.
Yeah. Yeah.
But hey, on that note, I mean, let me not pretend like. I mean, I feel like a part of me always wanted this cut, but I was afraid I would look too racist. And then I saw all the queer socialist kids wearing it, and I was like, okay, this is all subconscious. And then I did it, and I feel like now I just look like I only suck white dicks.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I'm both. I'm not the one or neither.
Well, and I think the mullets kind of get phased out for the broccoli cut too. Listen, that's just
what you're in.
That's way up. I see the broccoli cut. I see Bucky sweaters. That's what I see. People wearing Bucky's gear for some reason.
I've been anti-Bucky's for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
It's the devil. It's like calling in fat white people. I don't know if they're giving away opioids or what, but then it's like put a real spell on what I would call the Midwestern mentality.
That's something, ain't it?
Bucky's is not the southernification of the world. It's the Midwesternification of the world.
I agree. I totally agree.
And while I like the Midwest and I love their sense of humor, their comics and their comedy crowds are some of my favorite. I'm not for the Midwesternization of America. I'm firmly against. I want everyone to know that if there's a boring white person who's saying, "Oh shucks," right now, sorry, but I'm against it.
Yeah, man, you gotta take a stand.
You gotta.
That's the main thing. That's the main thing is that you have a stand, that you're taking it. You're having it.
Yeah,
you got
it. You take it. It's like a shit.
You take it. You do. That's it. That's
like
the only thing that matters.
You can have it and take it too.
Yeah, have your taking it. Yeah, take it. Take a two.
Yep.
Have a take two. Have a take a two.
Take two. All right, you know what? DJ, take two. Do that again.
Have a take a two.
What's gravy for you?
Oh, just that it's just springtime. Everything's coming up. Got seedlings. And everything's beautiful. And goddamn, come outside. Get outside and the rain comes in and it's all nice. And you smell all the flowers. And then you go off and you goddamn, fucking, you're laying at your goats. You spend some time out there. And you go take the dogs to the creek. Goddamn, man. And now the river's up. And fucking all the kids here and the river guys and all the cool people are back in. They're all back and it's all everything's not dreary and fucking awful. It's everybody's got a nice new pep to their stuff.
Yeah, dude. Springtime in the era of technocrats.
Yeah, dude. What the fuck? And then there's the impending horror, but it's not as bad. It's just really great to be able to not be like stuck indoors when it's like all cold and be like be working and be doing all that stuff. It's a lot of work to do. There's a lot up in the winter times. It's a lot of it's a lot of maintenance. It seems like it's like a lot of you got to make sure shit doesn't freeze. You're checking on shit all the time. You keep it, everything kind of, you got to keep shit warm. Blah 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 blah. Doing all this and all that. The animals, the water's free. It's just they stay indoors a lot of times. So you have to, you know what I'm saying? To be all that stuff is just it's constant. And the kind of work that you do during the winter, I mean during the summer and the spring, get all your stuff to the ground. It's all very therapeutic. It's very nice. It's very casual. It's very open. It's very, you know what I'm saying?
There's also results, I feel like.
Well, there are also results, but just taking in the information of the world doesn't seem so claustrophobic. It doesn't feel like it's just like on top of you.
You're literally surrounded by death in the winter. I mean, that
is very true.
It's like the season for things to die. So when it kind of feels like your entire country might die and then you're surrounded by death, it's like a pervasive and scary feeling. Whereas in the spring, it's like, I don't know, I saw a baby rabbit. We might be okay. or that baby rabbit at least might be okay, you know?
Yeah.
A fox eats the baby rabbit and you're sad at first, and then you're like, well, the fox will be okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then your father-in-law kills the fox, and you're like, well, he's definitely not going to be okay. Father-in-law, so. Yeah, I don't know. I can be sad in any season. I don't really get seasonal depressive disorder. I think you bitches need to get sad in the summer like a real man.
Nah.
I'm taking a stand. Somebody's got to.
Yeah, take a stand or two. All right. I appreciate it. I appreciate a stand, a good stand. Yeah, a fork in a stand. That's what every man needs. Every man needs it.
What's gravy for me is, I mean, honestly, just being old.
Yeah.
I'm like finally starting to relent in my heart.
Relent?
Yeah.
Huh.
Is that the right word?
Yeah,
it is. Relentless means you're without relent. And relenting means you're fine with relenting.
Is that a religious thing? What is?
I don't know the origin of the word. I just mean like letting go. No longer pursuing doggedly the things of my ego. I mean, none of that's true. I'm probably still doing all that, but it feels like I'm not.
Well,
you looking up relent? You think I'm Lent? Not Lent.
No?
Not Lent. Relent.
You're letting go. You're relinquishing the fucking agony of your ego.
Yes.
Yeah.
Relent. Abandon or mitigate a harsh intention or cruel treatment.
Well, that's fucking awesome. I didn't know you were doing that. That seems like bigger news.
It's so funny. Everyone listening knows I didn't know the definition of that until I read it. Oh, man. And most people listening were like, he ain't doing that. He ain't done
He
that.
ain't relenting.
He ain't done that for 3 hours in a row his whole life. That motherfucker's fighting in his dreams. And they're fist fighting Satan. I'll get you back for my child blood. I'm going to go. Speaking of relenting,
Back.
not that this is
No.
agony or whatever. That was a way more intense definition than I thought. I thought it was like, taking it easy. And Miriam was like, no, it means that you're finally not letting the world treat you cruelly. I'm going to relent on this podcast. Carmen, I don't think Carmen will be back next week either.
Damn.
I mean, if you're going to go to Spain, you should go for more than a few days.
Oh, yeah.
I want to tell you real quick before we go, her gravy last week was awesome. And thank you to Carmen for sharing it. And if you guys haven't listened to that, check it out. She has kind of curated this trip for Bobby, and she's so excited to show him new stuff in a new world. And it was just a really sweet conversation, and one that I was like, yeah, that is, I also love doing that, and I want to do that more for people. I think it is harder for some people, and I'm one of them, to convince people that I can show them a nice fun. They're like, you've never had fun. Why would you be able to show me how to do it? There was something else I wanted to say. Oh, fuck, I forgot it. My brain ain't in, dude.
I'm sorry. You need to relent.
I'll relent.
Relent your brain, boy.
Buddy, I'd love to relent this brain. It sure has been treating me cruelly, though.
No, man. That's... I hate to hear it.
Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I didn't have anything to plug, but I did want to plug this. Because I do have something to plug. If you do listen to this podcast and not well-read, which I know a lot of you listen to both or whatever, but if you don't, I interviewed former Gravy Baby / Into the Biscuit guest, author L.A. Fields. You may recall DJ and I asked her a bunch of questions about writing fan fiction and trying to get novels published once upon a time. L.A. and I just had a conversation on the Well Read podcast about her new novel, River Trash, which is, one of the characters is based on me. It's not me, but it's based on me. And another character is based on country musician Waylon Payne. And those two characters fall in love. And I read the book and was kind of blown away. And it made me feel weird at times because it was clearly partially my life. And that's what we talked about. And it's a cool interview. So go check that out.
Yeah. I think tonight is Conspiracy Baby. See?
Ooh. Oh, I'm trying to get it downloaded and I'm struggling because I'm dumb. I'm going to put up a full set of when I open for Trey in Knoxville on the Patreon as soon as I can. Do not share any of the jokes. A lot of them are new, but I think you guys might enjoy it. I think it's going to be a pretty good tape.
Hell yeah.
That's Patreon / Gravy Baby. I think. I don't know. Just type it in. You guys have fun stuff.
Yeah, man. Figure it out, man.
You got anything else to say?
No, man. This was the conversation.
Yeah. I feel good. You feel good?
I feel good.
I'm going to see Brian and the legendary Key Bump tonight.
Well, that seems like a damn good time.
It might be. Bye, buddy.
Bye, buddy.
You could stick a whole ribeye in one of your back pockets.